Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. Going to be talking about Trinity and Trinity Prime and using the new Archon mods. This is a pretty decent buff for her, considering Transient Fortitude was kind of part of her kit outside of Eidolons. You'll be getting 5% more ability strength, and you don't have to deal with the duration. So this will definitely help in regular star chart running. The mod that she can use, because the rest of them are elementals, requires elements or elemental statuses to proc. The one that she can use the best is the Archon Intensify. 30% ability strength. When restoring health with abilities, you gain 30 ability strength. And this applies to her Blessing, not her Well of Life. So using this when healing allies, sometimes it's a little bugged, but it works on your pet. So when healing you or your pet, you can use this in combination with Blessing at a minimum to heal yourself, especially with Combat Discipline. Um, and because you're constantly healing your health, Champion's Blessing for the meme build. So let's kill some enemies. Or not. Alright, better. Alright, so we're missing some health. Pure and simple. Okay, so I'm going to press 4 and look up here in the top right. There it is. Okay. This is the Blessing damage reduction. This is Champion's Blessing. So what we're looking for is this. It will give you an overall 30% increase in strength. An additional 30% increase in strength on your abilities. So it'll bring you to a total of 60. Just as a passive buff, it's great to have, especially since you're going to be triggering it a lot. Especially with running with new bros. But the big thing is that you have to constantly heal with a very expensive ability. But if you're running like a Blessing trend to keep people alive, this is just straight up more strength. The only thing that needs to be like noted about it is, though the abilities snapshot, you would cast Blessing, and Blessing would not get the bonus on it. It would be the next time. So say you were to double cast Blessing for whatever reason, and you healed on the first one, you would get the bonus, or that would be if you wanted on the damage reduction, and it would bring you to 75%. And I guess let me show you that real quick. Okay, so we're down some health. I'm going to cast. I'm at 65%, and then I'm going to cast again. And now I'm at 75 with one mod. And it doesn't require an Umbral or a Transient Fortitude. So there's a condition with it, but if you're trying to keep the 75% reduction up, and you have the ability to keep your energy up while you're doing it, I could see this being, like, especially for Eidolon runs, not that Trinity is, like, super meta right now, but, like, keeping the lores alive and everything, with the Champion's buff Blessing, and the fact that you have to cast your 4 semi-regularly, you can keep this buff up for a bit. So it would help. You'd get the 75%, and if it wasn't triggered, you'd get 65. So it's conditional, but if you want the extra layer of gameplay, it would definitely be effective. That being said, abating link, like the other three abilities, would snapshot the bonus, and this is how I would recommend like playing it normally. This is going to require you to run a combat discipline build essentially. So that's food for thought. It's a lot of extra sweat. But if you're running Champion's Blessing and say an Avenger Arcane, this is a lot of extra damage, and it should easily be you would gain so much extra damage because you'd be casting Blessing a lot. So just make it super cheap, right? But if you were to cast this to trigger the bonus strength, the other abilities would snapshot the bonus if cast within the time frame, and you would get the extra strength that way if you didn't care so much about the extra 10% on her 4. So it's plausible, but that's how you would trigger it. I'm not saying this is meta changing, but if you wanted it, there it is. So easy enough. And no, it doesn't apply on her Well of Life because it's an object healing you and not an ability. So just so you know, obviously that's a different build. You wouldn't dump stat range, right? But that's how you trigger it. That's what she has access to. The other ones require elements, which Trinity has what? True damage, but it needs to be elemental damage. So she can't use them at all. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Have a blessed day.